I am Kala Dakurubatabo, my pleasure. It's time for us to switch conversations. Remember, we talk for development on the show, and there's something came across yesterday. APC in Rivers States are arguing that the governor, Siminalayi Fubara's Excellency, does not want to hold local government elections. Am I correct?
Yeah, greatly.
All right. The voice you just heard is the voice of the Publicity Secretary, the Caretaker Committee, All Progressives Congress here in Rivers State. I'm talking about Chibike Ikenga. It's good to have you on the show.
Thank you very much.
All right, welcome. So, you've just said the reports that I saw that the APC in Rivers State is alleging or arguing that the local government elections will not hold, and that the civil servants at the local government, the people at the echelon, the top echelon of the civil service at the local government level, are the ones who will take over, when the time of these current local government chairmen are done. Is that what it is? Why do you feel so?
Okay, good afternoon, good evening, listeners. Basically, as an opposition party, we are expected to check the excesses of government. Okay. Particularly when they are taking decisions that do not add up to what the people's expectations are. Okay. So, pigeonholing it to holding of local government elections. Yeah, what we are doing is to call the attention of the governor and the PDP that there is need for local government elections to be held in Rivers State, particularly, and taking into consideration that the tenure of the serving local government chairmen are elapsing.
So when does it elapse?
I think about 15th or 16th of June. Yeah.
So there's still time for an election, don't you think so?
Well, by what I know about the Electoral Act and then maybe the state local government law, there are time frame for election notice, election timetable, campaigns, and all that. And so we think that in the next couple of months, say like 1 or 2 months, that the government should signpost the fact that they want to do elections so that activities can start.
But the report that I saw that you signed, it sounded as if you have an evidence that the government does not want to hold local government elections.
Yes, we did say so because we have credible intelligence.
Can you tell me some of those evidence of yours that give me some instances?
Yeah, for instance, we did mention the fact that there are two issues we raised. One, we said that the government has a plan to allow the head of local governments to take over at the expiration of the tenure of the chairman of local governments.
Just use the mic, please.
We also
turn it like this. Okay.
Yeah, we also did say that allocations of local governments have been seized for this month, and that had led to non-payment of salaries for the staff of the local government. So those things are facts. They're facts. So the government had already confirmed the fact that they are withholding the allocation for whatever reasons they advanced. So we have information that it's all over the place.
So withholding salary, could it not be maybe because of financial constraints on the part of the government, or maybe allocation did not come as it should? Is that really an evidence to the fact that the government wants to, what's the word now, stifle or strangulate the local government administrations?
Well, the facts we have put before you is that salaries have not been paid. True. Allocations have been received. Okay. So what is the reason? The people are afraid at the grassroots level are afraid that he taking constitution reality maker so that, and then at local government elections expands, democracy expands, governs the local levels. We insist and ask that nothing be let women elections be called, and let people prepare for it.
Okay. Yeah. So Labour Party has come out to say, and I'm going to play the sound bite so you can hear what they're trying to say. They have argued that there is nothing wrong if the state governor appoints a caretaker chairman for the local government areas to give him time to reconstitute the state's Independent Electoral Commission. Take a listen to the spokesperson for the Labour Party in Rivers State.
Affordability and sustainability, we will come.
No, sorry, that's the wrong. Okay, yeah, we said.
It is within the right of the government to appoint caretaker government for the local government because for all that we know, the existing laws of Rivers State permit him to do so. So if that would give him time to reconstitute the reset to reflect the aspirations of the Rivers people, to actually see to a reset that will be able to conduct free, fair and transparent local government elections, that would be fine by all.
I don't know the intention of the governor, and I cannot speak for the governor. For the local government election, we don't know his mindset yet. But I believe that once the present tenure elapses, we'll be able to know the direction. The agency that ought to speak about election in Rivers State is RISEC. But as a matter of fact, RISEC is here to interface with the genuine leadership of the political parties in the state. We expect RISEC to take their position.
So the second voice that you heard was that of Swema Osaro, who is the chairman of the Social Democratic Party of Rivers. So what do you make of the arguments from these other political parties in the state?
Well, the fact that they're asking that the governor constitutes caretaker committee like his predecessors had done, does it make it legal? We're talking about expansion of democracy here. We're talking about participatory democracy. We're talking about people being given opportunity to decide their fate. So the fact that predecessors or successive governments had all gone through caretaker committees doesn't make it right. If we repeat over time, doesn't make it right. So we're asking that the governor and the PDP in the state should go ahead and call for elections, and then let's test our popularity as an opposition party. But mind you, the PDP and the governor of the state are busy campaigning at the local levels under the guise of Thanksgiving. So if they have done that, so what stops them? Why are they scared? Why are they worried? Why are they troubled?
Now, I want to throw a question. Now, going back to what Gogo Wellington said, that's the spokesperson for the Labour Party. Yeah. Is it the governor or RISEC that is supposed to initiate these processes? Because you mentioned there's supposed to be a timeline for certain activities before the election period specifically. For instance, the SDP person, the chairman of the SDP, said that RISEC is the one who's supposed to interface with the political parties, and nothing of that has been done.
No, he doesn't know. He doesn't know about the relationship. I've been a CX commissioner in this state, a pioneer commissioner. I served there in Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission from 2000 to 2005.
That's INEC.
CX,
okay.
Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission.
Okay.
That manages local elections.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is the fact that they are appendages to the government of the state. First, they are appointed by the governor. Members of the commission are appointed by the governor. Two, they are funded from the state budget. So it is the party in power, particularly PDP in Rivers State, and the governor that do have the powers to decide when and how the elections hold.
I understand that they do, maybe they've done in the past, but the question I'm asking is because you've been mentioning the law. Under the law, is it not RISEC that is it's just like INEC now, the national level? It's not RISEC that is, yes, appointed by the governor, yes, all of that, but is it not RISEC that is given saddled with the responsibility to do all of this?
It's as simple as that. It is the responsibility of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission to conduct local government elections, but prepared on the funding from the Rivers State government.
So now, have we done our investigations to find out if RISEC has been funded or not?
Are we not stakeholders? We're all stakeholders. We're all from Rivers State.
Okay.
Any day CIEC is funded for local government elections, it will be made public. We will be aware of it. You see actions that will be taken in furtherance of the local government elections, and then we take it from there.
Now, why is the APC having the notion or feeling like the governor does not want to conduct the local government election? What could be the reason, in your opinion? What could be, that political reason?
Okay, we believe as a political party that the PDP is not prepared for local government elections, and that if they call for local government elections today, we will trounce them. And that's their fear, and that's why they want to go through the order by instituting undemocratic caretaker committees.
When you say the PDP is not ready, I'm confused because a few weeks ago we We saw, the statement from the former governor about APC and PDP, having some kind of unity or unification. So, can you expatiate on that statement you just made where you said the PDP is not ready? Which part of the PDP are you referring to?
Okay, I don't know whether you know of 2 or 3 types of PDP. Either there's the People Democratic Party in Rivers State, so know that there's APC. And as the spokesperson of APC, I say clearly that PDP is unprepared, they're confused, they have crisis in their house. That's why they are scared of going to an election.
But is the APC itself ready? The APC, like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, you are the Publicity Secretary for a caretaker committee.
Yes.
There is the EXCO, the one neutralized by the Executive and National Working Committee, I beg your pardon, that have gone to court and are also questioning the authenticity or the right of your caretaker committee to be operational. So even the APC somewhat has a divided house.
Well, that is what they make believe. The National Executive Committee of the party does have powers to put parties, particularly at the lower levels, put them properly to get rejigged, get recalibrated if they have challenges. Like we did have with the immediate past ESCO of the party, where they failed to manage the fortunes of the party, which led to their dissolution and the appointment of the caretaker committee. We have tried our best. We have rejigged the party. We have tried to build consensus. We have tried to bring in unity and objective-driven leadership, and that's why we're ready to test all that we have done within this local government election.
So sorry to take you back. The reports we got, the feelers we got, was that the NWC was the organ responsible for the dissolution of the ESCOM Rivers State, not the NEC. So, and the arguments which they have taken to court, we're not going to talk about what is in court, but the argument that they have taken to court is that the NWC does not have the right. So that my point is in court, and it's a divided house.
Okay, well, you don't have the full information.
Oh, okay.
The National Executive Committee of the party does have powers to setting up caretaker committees, and at the last National Working Committee, National Executive Committee meeting, they did cede their powers in about 3rd of August. Last year, 2022, they did cede their powers to the National Working Committee to take decisions on our behalf, pending when they meet, since NEC does not meet all the time.
I see. So that's what has given the power to the NWC to make the decision.
Clearly so, yeah.
So the house is not divided.
Not at all.
So you're very certain that if we should hold a local government election, that APC will win, because people are going through hard times and they have blamed the president and the APC for the hard times. So what makes you think they would rather choose APC?
Well, first, I'd like to say that if we go into an election today in Rivers State, local government elections, APC will trans PDP, fair and square.
But we just came we just came up. We do have a break, but we just came off an election last year where the APC was involved, but the PDP won. So I'm just asking.
APC also won in Rivers State. The presidential election, APC also won.
I see.
So, but with the new wave, where we have recalibrated the party, we are beginning to build consensus. Like I said, we are engaging the people, we are consulting the people, we are respecting members of the party. We are beginning to put our party in a better state to winning elections.
So you all are ready for the elections at the local government level? And
we are ready.
All right. When we'll come back, I'll ask you some more questions, but I do have a commercial break coming up in a few seconds' time. And if you have questions, you can send a message via WhatsApp. We're live on Facebook, remember, but the WhatsApp number is 0809 0306 I'll be right back.
Save and win Pali Promo 3. This season, we're giving
4, you're listening to Hard Facts on 92.3 Nigerian Info. I am Kalada Kurubatu, and with me in the studio is Chibike Ikenga, who is the Publicity Secretary, APC Caretaker Committee in Rivers State. And we've been looking at, their arguments that the Rivers State governor has, refused or is refusing or is intending, let's put it that way, is intending to not hold local government elections and hand over to heads of local government areas after the expiration of the current local government chairman's administrations. Now, let me ask this question. You're very aware that the political situation in the state has been turbulent in recent. By the way, welcome back from the commercial break.
Thank you.
You've been aware of the political situation, very turbulent. The back, the forth. The attacks. You mentioned Thanksgivings that have been happening, and we've seen in certain local governments attacks on supporters of the governor. And the governor is saying, "Oh, okay. It looks like there is the fight for structure. So let's ensure that we have a level playing field where there will be no interference from local government chairmen and the fights, and maybe trying to reduce the violence." Is there a good excuse for this thought of the argument you're making as APC?
Well, what I'm talking about here is expansion of democratic ideals. That's our reason for asking that election.
I agree that's what you're talking about, but what I'm asking is, we've seen that in Rivers State, elections have usually been characterized by violence, and I'm asking, for the sake of peace, for us to have a free, fair, credible local government election, maybe, I can say for the first time in a long time, he's saying, okay, let's have a situation where we have civil servants and affairs, so that there will be no, there will be no intervention from some of the political strongholds in the state.
If assuming that, without considering that that's the position of the government, if that is their position, that's an indictment on the governor.
I'm asking, is that a good excuse?
That's what I'm explaining.
Okay.
I am saying that I said assuming without.
Okay.
So I want to clearly say that if that happens, it then means that that's an indictment on the government and PDP, their inability to secure the people of Rivers State and ensure that the proper things are done, particularly local government elections, on the excuse of the fact that they are unable to manage the security situation or what will be the fallout within the local government election period. That would be an indictment on the government. Okay. And I don't think that's what the government is contemplating.
Well, what would be the move of the APC? Let's say, indeed, the government does not hold the local government election, or RESEC now does not hold the local government election when it's supposed to. What would be the move of the APC in Rivers State? Well,
APC as a party will sit back, take all necessary legal actions to ensure that everything is done.
Okay. So you would wait first up until when the heads of local government areas take over, and then you go to court. Is that what you're saying? Or you'll go to court before the expiration of these local government chairmen? I
didn't mention going to court. I said, and I repeat, we will take all necessary legal actions.
So what are the necessary?
To ensure that the proper things are done.
What are the necessary legal
We
actions?
have taken one by raising the alarm, calling on the attention of the government to ensure that due process is followed. That's one.
Okay. What other one? I'm listening.
As events unfold, we sit down, reconsider them, and take position.
But really, I don't know. What is giving the APC this confidence? Because usually, what is the belief system in Nigeria is that when there is a local government election, the governor's party usually wins the local government election. We've seen very few exceptions, and the one that comes to mind is Kaduna State under RFI, where was it 1 or 2 local government areas were won by the opposition party. So what is given? I mean, let's say an election holds today. What is giving the APC in Rivers State the belief that they would be able to win or take some local government areas, given this system in Nigeria that has been on since 1999?
Okay, when I was in Rivers Independent Electoral Commission, we under Dr. Sansan Jaja as our chairman. We conducted local government elections. Some other parties also won some councillorship positions. That given. It happened in Rivers State.
Okay.
Cross-check with them.
Now I'm talking about.
I'm coming.
Okay.
Now we have this confidence that we will win and trounce PDP because our party has been recalibrated. We have rejuvenated the party and we have gone into collaborations that help us sweep the local government elections. I've said this in other studios.
So now I'm very interested in collaborations.
Yes.
Now. What collaborations is the APC making right now?
Okay, I'm sure that you're aware that there was a collaboration in Rivers State that ensured that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu won presidential election in Rivers State.
So that collaboration,
even though PDP won in other areas and the governorship.
So that collaboration is still on?
Obviously, it is. We have members of PDP who have aligned themselves to the Renew Hope agenda. We have members of Labour Party who have aligned themselves to the Renew Hope agenda. We also have members of other political parties who are in tune with the Renewed Hope agenda. So working in sync with APC, these are the collaborations.
Well, you see, that's why I asked you the question earlier. What PDP were you talking about when you said you were going to beat PDP at the polls? Now, you're saying you're working with PDP members, the PDP members who worked with you to bring about the victory of the president, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Yes.
Are they still not members of the PDP?
I said members of PDP who collaborated. I said members of PDP. I didn't say former members.
So they're still members?
Obviously.
Interesting. All right, if you're listening, this is where you join the conversation. We've talked about the local government elections on several occasions, and we've asked when. I think the last time it was the SDP chairman that was in the studio, and we talked about the challenges. We talked about why have we not seen any move? Are we likely going to see a caretaker committee at the various local government areas, 23 of them? Given the political situation, the polarization in the state, we have also wondered if that will affect the conduct and the local government elections in Rivers State. Now, I've got the spokesperson or the publicity secretary of the caretaker committee of the APC here in the studio, and he's saying they have collaborations with members of other political parties, and he's very sure that the APC will sweep, if not all, majority of the local government areas in Rivers State if an election is conducted today, and that the government or the PDP is afraid of conducting an election right now. So what is your take on this? I mean, this argument is a very important argument. Whether we like it or not, we need to remove the cloak of politics and look at it from a constitutional point of view. So what do you make of the conversation? I'd like to know. How are you viewing this argument from the APC? I'd like to know as well. And this is why I open the phone lines. Remember, we're live on Facebook, Nigerian for PH. We are live on YouTube, Nigerian for PH. We are active on X, Nigerian for PH. And you can send in your WhatsApp messages as well, 0809-0306416. That's for WhatsApp messages. But, just so you want to call into the studio right now and interact with me and Mr. Ikenga, the numbers to call 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. There is the third number, 0817-923-0007. Once again, thank you very much for coming in to the studio, Ikenga. But I've got to go to the phone lines now so that they can also throw questions at you. And let's all have a robust conversation. I've got Ida from Nkoro. Ida, welcome. What is in your mind?
I greet you specially.
I greet you right back. Welcome.
I'm waiting for this opportunity to come. I don't want to speak much. I want to tell the guests in the studio that the list councillor they cannot see, and the governor is not going to appoint caretaker now. Whatever thing the governor wants to do, the governor will do, and nobody, I believe nobody, will rule the governor. The governor is the only governor who will have a Rivers State.
But Ida. All right, thank you very much. Moving on, let's have a conversation. Remember, Jude from Amuma, welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, welcome, Jude.
Yeah, Chibike, I have two questions for you.
Yes, sir.
One, what gives you the confidence that if election is conducted, the local government election is conducted today in Rivers State under the leadership of Justice Omereji, bearing in mind what happened when what happened in his court?
Oh, what happened? What happened in his court? No, Jude. What happened in his court? This is hard fact. So let's get.
What happened in court?
What happened?
Justice Omereji was
a thorn in the flesh of APC.
No, that's an accusation. So, you can't do accusations on my show, please. Those are not verifiable facts.
Okay, let me leave that one.
All right, thank you.
Now, I say, how confident is it that APC will win?
I think
leadership.
I think I've asked that question, but go ahead.
The APC at the local government, at the ward and local government level, I don't see them, pretty well. I don't see them ready for an election. I don't even know whether they exist at the ward and local government election.
All right.
How come they can conduct election and non-existent escort?
Oh my, sorry about that, Jude. I've got JJ from Port Harcourt Township. JJ, welcome. What is on your mind?
Yes, I greet you, Kalada, and I greet your guest in the studio.
All right, JJ, welcome.
I greet you,
Kalada.
JJ.
I think your guest is just maybe doing comic relief. The collaboration or the so-called collaboration he talked about was just one of. If not, there would have been another collaboration that would have also made their candidate to win in the governorship election. Now, this is the truth. When your guest, when Amishi was still in power, some days to leave office, he conducted one local government election, and all were so-called won by the APC, and they were thrown out. Today, they have not been able to breathe. And I can tell you for free that if there is election today, the APC will not even smell. If there is unit election, not even what now, APC will not get one. Because if you check what's happening at the federal level, where people are protected of hardship, where there is abysmal performance, where there is no plan, no direction, nothing, and you think one person will want to vote for the APC right now with the condition, you think we are cost or something? So for me, what you are just talking about now is just maybe daydreaming. But reality, when you wake up, you will see that the PDP in Rivers State have cleared all the 319 wards and the 23 local government in Rivers State.
JJ, I don't know what also is giving you that confidence, but thank you very much.
I'm telling you, based on what the governor has done, based on the level of acceptance, to everywhere you go, you see the governor people are. It's just wow.
All right,
JJ. He has taken over everything, even the man they are even fronting for. I've said my structure is being destroyed.
All right.
So what if the structure is destroyed? What can the righteous do?
All right, JJ, quickly, straight to the point, so I can go back to my guest now, please.
Greetings, Kalada.
Yeah, greetings to you as well.
And greetings to your guest there in the studio.
All right.
Thank you.
I have a question for your guest. Mr. Man.
My name is Ikenga. My name is Ikenga.
Chibike. We have to be respectful. Anyways, thank you very much. Moving on. I've got Ibiso from Audley Road. Ibiso, welcome.
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you.
Yes, good afternoon to you, Ibiso.
Thank you, brother.
Yes. The local government election on board that people are discussing. The past administration appoint caretakers, even approach the assembly because of the current local government of Ikure local government chairman, to extend their tenure. And they did it. And the man that is in your studio is from Ikure local government. That time, APC did not even protest. They see it as a good thing. Now, in other states, they are appointing caretaker. Now, the current governor, you are saying he should not appoint caretaker. The same people now are saying it's a taboo. But the past administration did the same thing. Why if APC are serious? But we are going
Episode.
That what is the government is doing is
Episode.
Right.
Let me bring.
Episode. A state of drama every day.
Let me bring
now
out.
When we talk about the salary, the governor asked them to implement the minimum wage.
Now,
If you ask them to implement it, they don't want to implement it.
So can you listen to me now? Now, have you put into consideration the amendment done by the House of Assembly recently, where it erased the part where the governor can appoint or can put in place a caretaker committee? I don't know if you followed that story.
Can you come again?
Now, I said, I don't know if you followed that story where the House of Assembly erased a part of the part of the local government law that allows the governor to, appoint a caretaker committee.
Is it Canada? I understand what they're saying.
Okay, all right.
Is it in Rivers State here? The same assembly members put a law that if you want to go for campaign, you must pay certain amounts to use government property. APC that time they are there. The same people now, the same people even pass a law to favor mayor for the
So what's your point? What's your point? I don't have time. What's your point?
The same assembly members come back again and say that they are withdrawing that thing. So the thing is, today when you favor you will clap and say that to God be the glory. Tomorrow you say that it's faulty.
All right then. All right, thank you very much.
Which kind of assembly or which is Rivers State the only state in Nigeria that will not yet beat about Rivers State every time?
Ibisa, I've got to go. I'm trying to manage my time, so please everybody should play along. So let's come back to you. It's hot from the phone lines. A couple of questions being asked. Let's start with the one from Jude, where it says, "Do you have trust in RISEC?"
Not that. Well, I don't think that Justice Omeneji is still the chairman of.
He is.
Still the chairman of SIEC.
Yeah. So we will not have to go back to what Labour Party and SDP said.
I'm coming.
Okay.
I'm coming. Let's assume that he is.
Mm-hmm.
And due process is followed. APC will win the elections.
So are you saying there's the possibility that due process will not be followed?
I cannot say so now until I see signs that such things will play.
Okay, so
I can't accuse them.
Okay.
When the actions have not started. So when the process has taken off, we now see their body language, how they behave, and then we'll be able to assess them. But for now, we give clean bill of health.
JJ talked about I think I also mentioned
I had him
the hardship in the country and the works that the governor has done, and that the governor's works will speak for the candidates that will come up that will come out through the platform of the PDP.
Okay, there is some confusion here because JAJ is saying that if the election is conducted today, PDP will win all, and then one of the callers, who is also pro-government, had said that no, they want caretaker. So they are a bit confused. Let's assuming without considering that what JAJ has said is true. Why don't they put it to test?
Okay.
But JJ is an appointee of government, so whatever he's saying is because he has to speak to butter his bread. Clearly, so that's what he's doing. That's his responsibility. He's an appointee of government.
Okay. Yeah. Now let's go back to collaborators. JJ also mentioned the collaboration was a one-time thing, and you are saying that members of the PDP, you're insisting that members of the PDP are still working hands in glove with the APC in Rivers State. Are you referring to followers of the FCT minister?
I have said clearly, members of other political parties are in collaboration with us.
And I heard you clearly, and I'm asking.
Secondly, I'm coming. I'll take you on that.
Okay.
Secondly, JAJ is not in APC to say that the collaboration is a one-off thing. He's in PDP. Have you also forgotten that there was a collaboration between some parts of APC and PDP in support of Atiku? So if that also went through, what would have happened? So what I'm saying is that we are collaborating with some members of political parties, some members of other political parties to work together to ensure that our candidates win elections from the federal to the local government. So go straight to what you want to ask.
No, I've already asked you. So
what did you ask?
I said the collaboration, is it with the followers of the FCT minister in Rivers State? You talked about members of the PDP, members of the Labour Party. So
yes.
I'm staying with the PDP now.
Yes. It is part of it, but not limited to the FCT minister and his supporters.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Let's take some more phone calls and let's see. But before I go to the phone lines, let's see this. Let's take this. Oh, wow. I have a lot of messages. Where do I start from? This one says, if your guest is saying that the governor is withholding local government allocation, is he aware that the chairman do not want to pay the new minimum wage and the wage award to the workers in the state? So what do you make of the allegation?
Well, for me, I don't have any facts to the allegation, but I believe that whatever remunerations that will help to alleviate the plight of the workers at the local government level, APC supports it, but the proper thing and due process must be followed.
Proper thing and due process must be followed. I have a lot of messages, so I'm just going to try reading through all or as many as I can. Let's see. This one says, greetings. Your guest who's the leader of APC in Rivers State, Christian Williams from Igoiche. We get to answer that one. It says, good afternoon, Canada and the guest. APC has not been involved in local government elections for the past 8 years or so. My question is, why are they wanting to partake now?
Okay, the party is better positioned today, unlike it was before. There was a failed school that did not manage the fortunes of the party. I had elaborated on that.
And you think the caretaker committee can do
that? No. Our responsibility is to midwife a new APC, which will culminate in congresses that will have substantive executive of the party. So that's what we're doing. We'll get them ready before the election.
So when is the Congress?
We will let you know shortly.
Okay.
We're still consulting.
Who's the leader of the party?
The party has collegiate leadership. And politics is dynamic.
Can you break it down for us? What do you mean?
Yes, collegiate leadership is not a one-man thing. You have former governors, you have former ministers, you have former senators, you have former House of Rep members, House of Assembly speakers, members of the party, and current government position holders. They are all part of leadership of APC.
At one point, it was Rotimi Amechi that was leader of the party. What changed?
Well, up to today,
Rotimi
Amechi has been the leader of the party under President Mohamed Buhari. He was the leader of the party. Now there's a new president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Until Ahmed Tinubu either validates the fact that Amechi is the leader or someone else is the leader, then we'll move on.
But some people have argued that Nyesom Wike similarly has got some major control of APC in Rivers State.
Well, Chief Nyesom Wike, the FCT minister, immediate past governor, is not a member of the APC. But he's a minister under an APC government and a friend of the president.
So he has control.
He is not a member of the APC.
I heard you correctly, and yes. I never said he was a member.
And does not have influence over what APC members are doing. Does not control them.
Now,
if I may use your word.
I'm going to leave the messages now, just focus on you. Now,
please do.
When the caretaker committee was appointed, many people said these were friends of the FCT minister. How true is that statement? From Tony Okocha to you to the other one?
No, that was pedestrian. Let me tell you something. Tony Okocha was a friend of the minister. I was for Tony Cole, and then a few others. We had different groupings that did not agree, seemingly, before we went to the national chairman of the party, and then we were all brought together to work as one team. Because every faction of the party, as it then was, moved to the national leadership of the party to ask for control of the party, and they needed the party to be rejigged. And that's what we are doing. They brought all of us from different factions, as it were. But today we are working as one. So to say that all of us, I didn't work with the minister, I haven't worked with him
But are you working with him now?
I didn't work with the minister. I haven't worked with him from the day I have worked with the minister when he was chief of staff. I was his SA. And after that time, 2011, I didn't work with him till tomorrow.
So you're not still working with him? That's what
I don't work with him, but we collaborate on these issues I've mentioned.
Okay, all right.
As far as the agenda is concerned.
All right, I have to ask this hard question, by the way. So don't. APC cannot double speak. Why are they in a hurry for LGA election? Is it all about the structure? They're accusing the governor for not conducting the local government election when the responsibility is on RESEC to conduct elections. Since the budget that was passed by Edison's led House of Assembly is being challenged in court, the APC should wait for the court to rule on the or in the alternative, wait for the governor to represent the budget to the assembly, and when passed, that is when they can come or talk about LGA election at Terra Abbey. So is that also something that can pacify the APC? The argument that, the budget is in court, people are arguing about whether we should pass the budget before the APC-led assembly, and all of these issues, and until there is a budget, RISEC cannot hold elections. So I don't know, what do you make of that argument?
Well, I want to say that if that's the position of the government and the PDP, let them address Rivers people and tell us that this is their position.
Okay.
Let them address us. We must know what we're asking is due process. What we're asking for is expansion of democracy, participatory democracy. People must be involved in their own governance.
Okay. Someone is saying, how can you say there is no faction in APC? That means it's not working with the coach who wanted Wike to be their political leader. So, he's saying, confidence in Lebedim from Ozueche, by the way, he's saying that, Tony Okocha had once said that Wike should be the political leader of the APC in Rivers State.
Tony Okocha, the chairman, caretaker chairman of APC, is entitled to his opinion. So if he said so, if he expressed so, what's wrong with it?
All right. This one says, good evening, sir. Your guest is talking strong because they think they have someone that is both the leader of PDP and APC, but this coming election will be a shocker. My name is Westy. Thank you.
And when is the election?
We've got a commercial break. When we do come back from the commercial break, I will be asking my guests his final words, and we'll wrap things up. I can't take all the messages. I can't take all the calls. I see calls are still coming in. I can't take all the messages. But I'll try my best. Take one or two more when I'm back. But do stay tuned. After the commercial break, we'll take the final words of my guest, Chibike Ikenga, Publicity Secretary, Caretaker Committee, APC, Rivers State. All right, welcome back. We have a few minutes, 3 more minutes, and we'll wrap it. So I'm just going to quickly read this message. Greetings, Canada and Ikenga. Please, is there an economy in Rivers State under Governor Sim? What is the policy of Governor Sim for Barra Agriculture? What is Governor Sim's policy on industry, electricity, transportation, and commerce? Of course, everything under Governor Sim Fubara is zero, despite the billions of Naira Rivers State earned since 29th May 2023. Section 7 of the 1999 Constitution has altered, recommended elected local government chairmen, not appointees or caretakers. Emi Fiaga. Comrade Clinton from Bori, people have started crying. My party, the APC, is not ready for local government or any election in Rivers State. The ward and LGA level have been left fallow. No meetings and no cooperation. Kalada, is there anything wrong with instituting a temporal government of the LGA level? Mustem recently announced that caretaker government will be instituted. Abia State is operating on caretaker system for Wiki operated on caretaker system for more than a year. I don't see anything wrong with this system. The governor decided to withhold the allocation for this month because he wants full implementation of the 30,000 minimum wage for LG workers as well as the 35,000 wage support. This one says, hello Mr. Canada, Mr. Ikenga. I think the agency responsible for conducting LG elections in Rivers State is the Rivers State Independent Election Commission. If RISEC are an commission, isn't the head of RISEC Justice Nebeli, actually, not Omeriji? That is the APC. That is the APC is tackling about not realizing the timeline for LGA elections. The guest says if due process is followed in any LGA, APC would win the election. APC that couldn't win even an assembly seat in Rivers State would win LG elections. I laugh, cricket text from Oibo. Let's get your final words. A lot of more.
Thank you so much, Ada. Yeah, our position as a party is to ensure that the constitution of the country is obeyed, how governance is put together, particularly as it affects local government elections, and then through the local government laws in Rivers State. We are asking for duly elected local government structure. That's what we're asking for. And that will be midwife by the Rivers State government and PDP as well through SEC. So when they put that in place, we'll participate. We are allowed to participate. The fact that we belong to another different political party does not exclude us from participation. So we're asking that let the local government elections be put in place, and then we come to test our popularity. Should PDP win, they know they have won. And if we win them, they know we have won. We're talking about democracy here. And then public elections is a basic condition, a condition sine qua non. So that's what it is. We have no problems with anybody. And then lastly, one guy who called later said that we are talking so strong now because we have rejigged.
All right. I don't have much time. Yeah, okay, guys, time for me to go for the news. But thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
I do appreciate your effort and your explanation that you've given on the show.
Thank you so much.
All right, then Chibike Ikenga, Publicity Secretary, APC Rivers. I've got to go for the news. When I do come back, I will be speaking with the Publicity Secretary of the PDP. Do stay tuned.